What is good, everybody? You guys are tuned in to another segment of DJ Sports Play. And in today's segment, we will be discussing the new offensive and defensive coordinator hires that just went down under the newest Ravens head coach, Jesse Minter. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first off, we will be discussing the Ravens hiring the new defensive coordinator, Anthony Weaver. And honestly, I think this is a great hire because when we had him in 2023, the defensive total racked up 60 sacks. They were really getting after the quarterback and actually applying pressure, getting past the offensive linemen trying to block them. They were actually wreaking havoc during that time. Now, unfortunately, they didn't make the Super Bowl that year, and they lost to Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. Unfortunately, I was at that game to witness us lose with that historic defense. It was probably one of the worst days of my life because that was our best opportunity to win that Super Bowl. But enough of that. But Anthony Weaver is a great hire because people are going to get worried and say, oh, the Miami Dolphins defense that he was defensive coordinator for didn't play as well last season. But you guys got to remember that Anthony Weaver is not calling the plays. Jesse Minter said in the press conference that he's going to be in full control of the defensive play calling. So I feel like Anthony Weaver is just going to be more so on the preparing the defense side. He's going to make sure that the defense is ready. When game day comes around, he's going to give them advice. Even the rookies we draft this year in the 2026 NFL draft, he's going to be giving them advice. He's not going to be in control, really, of the play calling. That's going to be all Jesse Minter, which is great because we finally have a head coach that can actually call plays. Harbaugh was not good at calling plays. He was taking the back seat. He was letting the coordinators do all the work. But now that Jesse Minter was the defensive coordinator for the Chargers, he has that experience. So he knows how to dial up plays for the defense. He knows how to call defenses situationally, which is something the Ravens did not have last year, which is why they choked so many games. That's why we choked so many fourth quarter double-digit leads. So Anthony Weaver now coming in as a DC helps out a lot because he's familiar with the system. He's familiar with the players that are still here with us. He's familiar with Kyle Hamilton. He's familiar with Roquan Smith. He's familiar with Travis Jones. He's familiar with most of the D-line. So he's going to know how to get through to them. Even when they are at the struggling points, he's going to know how to get the best out of each of those players. So either way, I think this is a great hire for the team. Anthony Weaver was drafted by the Baltimore Ravens in 2002. So he was a part of that great Ravens defense when we were actually playing good defense. Because in 2025, our defense was horrendous. We were great at stopping the run, but when it came to stopping the pass, we were ranked dead last in every category. Now, I know in the middle of the season, it went up a little bit, but it was still terrible. We were still giving up like the most yards in the league. Our secondary was still getting torched because Zach Orr was an awful defensive coordinator. He should have been fired the year prior. He should have been a one-and-done deal. There's no reason why we should have kept him for extra time. He was bad the first year, so why keep him? He wasn't really helping our defense out. He would have our corners and safeties playing 15 yards back on third downs when we were playing prevent defense and it was failing. So why keep him longer when the defense was struggling under him? I don't get it. Maybe it was probably Harbaugh because, to be honest, Harbaugh isn't really good with dealing with an offense or a defense. He's a special teams coach. But Zach Orr should have been gone. Now, granted, I respect him as a player. I'm not trying to overly bash him. Zach Orr was a great player for the Baltimore Ravens. Unfortunately, he had that neck injury that ended his career, which sucks because his career was going on the right trajectory. But unfortunately, in the NFL, it's a violent game. Things happen. So Zach Orr couldn't continue his NFL career and he had to retire early. But as a defensive coordinator, I'm sorry, he just wasn't the answer for this team. They needed a new voice. And now we're going to be dealing with Anthony Weaver, who has familiarity with the team and he knows how to somewhat call plays, but he's not going to be in full control of calling plays since Jesse Minter is doing all the play calling for the defense. He's going to be in full control. He's going to know how to process. He's going to know how to get through to the players. He's going to make sure they're playing together. He's going to make sure they're communicating on a great level. And he's going to make sure that we improve instead of decrease, because we don't want to go on a decline. We want to keep leveling up in the beginning of the season and in the end. We don't want to just be flat in the beginning and then go good at the end. That's not what we need. We need to be good all the way through. I know there's going to be ups and downs, but as a team, you want to be good for majority part. You want to be consistent, not inconsistent. But now let's move on to the Ravens' new offensive coordinator, Declan Doyle. The Baltimore Ravens have hired offensive coordinator of the Chicago Bears, Declan Doyle. And this is another great hire. Now, granted, people are going to say, oh, he didn't call the plays. Ben Johnson was really calling the plays for the Chicago Bears. But it doesn't take away the fact that Declan Doyle had somewhat of a say in what the offense was running in terms of schemes and the route tree for the receivers and the tight ends. He was the Broncos tight end coach years back, so he has some familiarity with the tight ends and even a little bit of the receiving corps, because as a tight end, you are blocking and receiving. You're doing both. You got to know how to do both at a great level, and you got to know how to dominate in blocking, as well as knowing how to catch the ball in crucial situations. So I feel like getting Declan Doyle is great. He's the same age as Lamar Jackson. They're both 29 years old. So hopefully they both find a way to click. And I believe that if Declan Doyle and Lamar can really get on the same page, and Declan can call a familiar offensive style to what Ben Johnson was doing when Caleb Williams was progressing, then I feel like our offense can be really dangerous, man. We're just one wide receiver away, and hopefully we keep Isaiah Likely, but we're really just that one dog away from being a complete offense. Oh, and we need to fix the O-line too. If we fix the O-line and get one more receiver, this offense will be complete. We already have a Hall of Fame running back. We just need to fix the O-line and get another weapon on the outside for Lamar to throw to. And this offense can really be dangerous, man, and pose a threat in the playoffs. Nobody's going to want to see the Baltimore Ravens, and that's a fact. So Declan Doyle is honestly a great hire for us. He has some assistant coaching experience with other teams. He now has offensive experience too, so he can really help the Ravens offense excel and elevate, which is what the Ravens offense needs. I know we were good last season, averaging 30 points per game. And granted, Lamar was injured for half the season because he was dealing with basically every injury: knee, hamstring, toe. He was dealing with so many injuries, rib. So if Lamar can, be somewhat of his 2019 self, 2023, then we're going to be a hard team to mess with, especially if the defense can step up and start getting after the quarterback and our secondary can actually hold up. Then we'll be an elite team and we'll be something to deal with come January next season. So, yeah, man, Declan Doyle is a great hire. And Faulkner, the running back coach we just got, is another great hire. Now, granted, he was with the Steelers. They are rivals. But he did improve Kenneth Gainwell. He did coach up Kenneth Gainwell, Jaylen Warren. He did help them out and improve their style of running the ball, knowing how to hold on to the ball. They were being used as scat backs too. And hopefully he can improve Kean Mitchell and Justice Hill as scat backs, because that allows for the offense to be more versatile. They don't guys just rely on them running downhill every down. They could use them in the passing game too, which is something the Ravens could really utilize and add something to the offense that they had in the prior season. So, yeah, Faulkner is a great hire. He's not really going to have to coach up Derrick Henry much because Derrick Henry's already good. He just needs to get them in the mindset of nobody can mess with me. Like, I'm going to be the best running back on the field. and he's gonna do coaching up, but Derrick Henry's already an elite running back. So what more is he gonna have to coach him? He really just has to coach up Keem Mitchell and Justice Hill, if anything, to get them to still unlock more potential. Derrick Henry's already there. So hopefully Faulkner can come in from the Pittsburgh Steelers and help our running backs get even more right, because they're already nice, but every running back needs improvement in something in one area. Every running back does need help. So hopefully he can come in and get the room collectively together and getting on the same page. So this has been another episode of DJ Sports Play. My name is Darren, and make sure to follow me on Instagram at DJ Sports Play. I just got my account back. It was deactivated for a couple of days. If anyone was wondering and asking, I just now got it back. Instagram was really playing with your boy. I don't know why, but it's back up now and it's running. This is literally my first episode back from it being, deactivated for a little bit. So also, like, comment, subscribe on my YouTube channel. It's also DJ Sports Play. If you type it in, it's going to pop up. It's the same symbol as the videos I make on my Instagram. It's the same symbol. Just type in DJ Sports Play on YouTube and it will pop up. So, yeah, man, this has been another episode of DJ Sports Play. My name is Darren and I'm signing off. See you guys later.